Hey everybody, Spencer here. Today I'm playing Dragon Age 2. I kind of debated whether or not I was going to have this on the show. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do with new releases. Do I want to play new releases when they come out? Or do I just want to play what I would naturally play and build commentary around that? I'm still sort of figuring out this whole video format thing, and I'm not sure of how that's going to work in the future. So I did want to, real quick, just solicit input from you guys. Let me know, do you want me to play new releases, or do you want to see just whatever I'm playing? I'm curious about that. It's going to take me a while to sort of get fully comfortable with this format in general. I mean, it took me like 6 months to get used to podcasting, so it's no real surprise. Anyway, back to Dragon Age 2. It's tough to talk about this game, if only because I can't think of another game in recent history about which I've been so deeply ambivalent. Just ahead of the game coming out, and even now that it's out, I'm just not sure I want to invest the time into playing it, and there's some reasons why. First, the changes from the first game. I really did enjoy the first game. To a point, it had some pacing issues, but in general, I liked the tactical combat aspect to it, and the story was generally okay. And they made a lot of changes here. First, they did change the graphic style, which is pretty much an absolute win for them, because the graphic style in the first one wasn't really all there yet. They made this dialogue change. They shoehorned the Mass Effect style dialogue wheel into Dragon Age, and I'm not a fan. I really enjoyed being able to sort of tailor exactly what I was going to say. There's this disconnect happens when you click something, a dialogue choice, and you think it's going to say one thing, but in fact your character says something entirely different from what you meant. And it just feels unnecessary and clunky to me. And I just wish they hadn't done that. Also, they force you into playing a character with the name Hawk, which, again, comes from Mass Effect Shepard. And in Mass Effect it works because it feels like a story about Shepard and not your own story. But in Mass Effect it sort of felt like they were encouraging you to make your own character and go through the game in that way. Whereas so far in Dragon Age 2, every time someone refers to me as Hawk, I'm just reminded that this is not my character, that this is the character that they designed that I am playing through the game. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. So there's this sort of balance that they're trying to walk here between the classic RPG and moving the genre forward, and that's very obvious. And it's just a weird thing to me, because they touted the first Dragon Age as being a return to the classic RPG formula, a spiritual successor to the Baldur's Gate series. And with Dragon Age 2, they just seem to have forgotten about all that. But, you know, I'm going to play more of it and see how it progresses going forward. I'm not sure whether the Mass Effect influence is good or bad yet. I'll figure that out in the future. Now, on the other hand, I am curious about where they're going to take the story, and there is going to inevitably be a sequel, and that just might be a fantastic game, and I'm going to be feeling left out if I haven't played this. So I'm gonna play through it. And I do generally enjoy BioWare titles. I don't think they're perfect. I think that they have a lot of flaws, but I'm gonna shoulder through this and just see how it turns out. Now, when I decided to record this, I was hoping to get some good footage, but it turns out this is some of the most boring game footage I've ever recorded, and I do apologize about that. Hopefully, it will pick up a little bit in later videos. So, that's all I got for this so far. I'm not a long way into the game, so don't have a whole lot else to say. Tell me, guys, are you playing Dragon Age 2? What do you think of it? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you wish it was more like the original? Do you wish it was less like the original? You know, I'm just spitballing here. Let me know, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.